Hey guys, we're back with part 3 or 4. Probably part 4, I'm not sure. But anyway, let's do some more movies here. Here's Parole. This is the entire series. This was expensive. Uh, Cost me over $100 for that, but it's worth it. It's it's a good picture. Let me just go ahead and just put this back over here. That way it'll be out of the way. Gives you a lot of room that way. You don't have a whole lot of room to work with. Okay, we got Charlie Brown Peanuts movie. That's a pretty good picture too. This is Cleopatra. This is a mini series. This is a very good DVD, by the way. Bonnie and Clyde. Everybody remembers that. The Patriot. Of course, Apollo Creed. This is on to the Rocky series. Excuse me. Battle of Shiloh. Dealing with the Civil War. Jack Webb as the DI. For older guys like myself, they'll remember back in the days, the Marine Corps and so forth. Of course, I wasn't in the Marine Corps. I was in the Army. Now, here's that Ulysses DVD I was telling you about with Kirk Douglas. That's the original one. And here's another Ernest Borgnine movie. This one's called The Lost Treasure of Sawtooth Island. That's like one of them after-school movies. For those of you who remember that. This next one is called The Manhattan Project, starring John Lithgow and a few others, dealing with the atomic bomb, but not during the time when the bomb was developed. This is later on down when kid figures out how to build a bomb, and Lithgow's got to help him dismantle it or whatever, and the feds are all over it. Now, another BBC comedy, mini series, is called Waiting for God. It's very good. Okay, this is Adolf Eichmann movie. I bought those because I was interested in seeing what the heck this guy was about. And here's another Eichmann movie, Operation Fanal. Everybody remembers The Untouchables. Kevin Costner. Mulan. Walking with the Enemy. This is about a Nazi who does everything in his power to help a Jewish child reunite with his family and keep him away from German hands. This next movie is a very good one with Denzel Washington. Flight. It's about him being the captain and landing a plane in a big investigation. Something like Tom Hanks' picture, Sully. And here's the another war movie, The Way Back. These people are trying to figure out the way back home after escaping from a Nazi concentration camp. Now here's a movie called Task with George C. Scott and Sean Penn and a few other great stars, Timothy Hutton and Tom Cruise. They're more or less in like a Virginia Military Academy or West Point, And for some reason, these people want to shut it down, and they say, "Oh no, that's not happening." Here's a good movie. Another one of them after-school movies. It's called Far From Home. It's about a boy and his dog who are lost in the wilderness after a shipwreck. Their father's ship goes down. Of course, father gets rescued, and they're frantically searching for the boy and his dog. All-out Coast Guard search. Fun time. Yeah, it's a pretty good stack here in front of me now. And the reason being is I think you might have some clue, especially if you like The Hobbit. Unexpected Journey. The Desolation of Smog. And of course, The Battle of the Five Armies. Now, the movie that's in here is a pre-record. It didn't come with this box, but I found this box in a dumpster somewhere, and I said, "Man, I need a cover for my movie." So there we go. And of course, these are the Lord of the Rings collection. Let's see. Not only do I have the full screen release, but I have the unabridged, everything you want to know about the making of that movie deal here, which I like watching them both, and I still like watching them both. Even today, I mean, most people are beyond, well, that's history now. To me, it's not history. It's still ongoing. But here's the two towers, and here's the how do you want to call these things? It's a special extended DVD collection. And of course, Frodo with the Fellowship of the Ring. Of course, back into Walt Disney, we have the original Lady and the Tramp. Now, this for me is very special because this is the first movie that I ever saw in a theater, Lady and the Tramp. That was back in the 60s. And this is the Platinum Edition. And then Lady and the Tramp 2. And of course, we have 101 Dalmatians, which I just got through watching the other day, and 102 Dalmatians, all in the same box. Both films, see? I'm going to skip these two because they're just documentaries on the Grange Fair. If you're from Pennsylvania, you know what this is. I just happen to have two of them. The next thing we have is the Mighty Duck series, 1, 2, and 3, with Emilio Estevez. And of course, 1, 2, and 3. Let me get these movies out of the way. 1, 2, 3, Sandlot. Trying to position it where you can see it. Of course, I've always enjoyed the Sandlot because it takes me back to when I was a kid. I mean, especially the second one. That is amazing. It's amazing to have some movie like that. It is so true to the era that it just, boom, it transports you back to that time. City Slickers, excuse me, City Slickers 1 and 2. Billy Crystal, Daniel Stern, and Bruno Kirby, who unfortunately passed away just after making the movies. Also with Jack Palance as Curly. And of course, the Clint Eastwood trilogy, Dollars trilogy. Of course, there's another movie in here too called Hang 'em High. Don't know what is spaghetti westerns. In my opinion, some of the best westerns ever made. Of course, Lee Van Cleef did a couple westerns, which I'm in the process of picking up. Death Rides a Horse. That's one of the better Lee Van Cleef pictures. Of course, Outlaw Josie Wells is, I think, on everybody's list. Of course, another Eastwood Western is Joe Kidd. And of course, he transitioned from, as you all know, to the Dirty Harry pictures into other pictures he made. One of those pictures being starting with Tommy Lee Jones, Donald Sutherland and James Gardner in a movie called Space Cowboys. And of course, back in the early 70s, Eastwood came out, well, was it 70s? No, 80s, I'm sorry. I'm making a liar out of myself. Came out with Firefox. And of course, Kelly's Heroes, another war picture with Eastwood. Donald Sutherland, Don Rickles, and Telly Savalas. And once again, I think I'm losing my voice. Of course, the Treasure Islands 1 and 2. Treasure Island and Return to Treasure Island with Robert Newman. And I guess you're just highlighting Robert Newman on this. Now there are 3 other pictures. Treasure Island Kids 1, 2, and 3. These are up to date, Treasure Islands, much like Goonies. If you're into Goonies, you'll be into these. Trust me. I hope, by doing these reviews on my collection, you might see a movie in there that you're interested in. I mean, if you do, put a comment below and I'll tell you more about them picture. I know I have movies in my collection that some people may not even heard of. And I think Treasure Island Kids, the 3-movie collection or series, would be one of those you may not be aware of. National Treasures 1 and 2. Of course, we know what those are about with Nicolas Cage, Ed Harris, and and Sean Bean in the first one, and Ed Harris in the second one as the villains. And of course, Journey to the Center of the Earth, the original, and the one with I believe it's Brandon Fraser. Yeah, Brandon Fraser in the second in a remake. And of course, Pat Boone, James Mason, and Arlene Dahl in the original. It's always good to have the original. But I hope you have enjoyed that. Like I say, if you have any questions concerning my collection and you want to know anything further about a certain movie, hit that comment down there and leave me a comment and let us know what you want to know. And if you like to, go ahead and hit that like button if you like what you see. And hit that subscribe button. We could sure use it. We'll see you next time.